Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday morning rolls on here. About a half hour left in our program here on a busy day. We mentioned Portal Combat continues across all of college basketball. Trey Holloman, the great Michigan State standout, just went in from Cretin-Durham Hall, so that guy will be obviously widely coveted. You have to think Nico Medved and the University of Minnesota may look at try to get a guy to come back home. Our next guest, in a way, is going to get a chance to come back closer to home after winning a state championship last March with Devils Lake High School. Wylee Delorme played this past year at the University of Mary in Bismarck. He entered the portal a couple weeks ago and then last night announced that he's going to be playing at the University of North Dakota next season for Paul Sather's team, and he joins us here this morning. I was joking with you. I look, literally a year ago today, you were on the show after you and a few of your high school buddies went to see Grant Nelson go play in the Elite Eight and trying to figure out what college is going to be like for you. Now, after a year, you're going to get to play Division I basketball. What does that mean to you?
It means so much to me. Just all the hours I put into the gym. Everything's starting to pay off now, and I'm just very grateful to be put in this position, and I'm ready for this opportunity.
Tell me about this past year of playing Division II basketball and the NSIC. We know how good it is, what that transition was like, and what the biggest adjustment was for you from high school to the NSIC.
The physicality at the college level, I had to get used to it, and definitely moving my feet on defense and being the right spots on the defensive end. That's what led me to not being on the court.
The fact that you were able to have success late in the season, what did that do for your confidence? You were playing more, you were contributing more. How much did that help and say, well, okay, maybe I've picked it up now?
Well, after the 30 ball, the confidence just skyrocketed. I'm like, well, I belong here now. And I feel like I could do a lot more than just contribute on the court, but also like help my teammates a lot more after doing that.
And you scored 32 against the Dragons, which I remember we mentioned here on the show. I'm like, okay, that was no, we've seen that plenty of time or two. How did that change your mentality being back on the floor after that kind of game?
It just gave me a spark that, well, I could definitely score the ball at this level. And just by doing that, I can do a lot more things and contribute a lot more than just scoring. I think my last two college games, I almost had a double-double, but just contributing a lot more than just scoring gave me that mindset to contribute a lot better.
So you decided to go into the portal, Wylee. We were visiting off air about this. Tell me how crazy that was. Did you get more feedback or hear from more schools than you anticipated when that happened?
Yeah, for sure. I got my first offer like 10 minutes out going into the portal from the University of Sioux Falls, and I'm grateful for those guys that they gave me that opportunity to share that. And yeah, but yeah, a lot of schools reached out. I didn't anticipate. I didn't think of like I think about 30 schools texted me and said they loved my game, and yeah.
Were any of these schools, did they reach out? Were they recruiting you prior to you going to college, or did you didn't hear? Okay, you didn't hear from any of those schools, huh?
No, it's the University of Mary out of high school.
Yeah. So describe that of, okay, wait, we've seen you now. Now we're interested. What does that mean? And just again, that's a good example again of how crazy a time this is, right?
Yeah, it's really crazy. Just the that you get more exposure at the college level than you do in high school. Obviously, I think a lot. I think the transfer portal is going to be a big thing throughout the whole basketball world. Like college coaches are just gonna keep getting transfer portal guys, and high school guys are gonna go under the loop. It's just how it is nowadays.
When you so that starts, when does UND come into the picture? And when that happened, how much did that grab your attention to say, okay, this might be something here?
Yeah, Paul. I think it was just a couple hours after I entered. Paul gave me a text, and I ain't gonna lie, I was cheesy. Like, I was just happy that he noticed what I could do and what I can bring.
What So that happens. Is it a slam dunk for you, or how, did you think it over? Like, what was your decision making process on that once they were interested?
Well, it was definitely one of my top schools coming out of high school that I wanted to go to. Um, Definitely went to all their camps, and he just said that I just need to work on my game a little bit more to get to that level. And yeah, it was definitely one of my top schools going into the portal that I wanted to go to, most definitely.
Give me the reaction from Coach Sather when you called him to say you were committing.
He was like, "Congrats, man." I waited a little bit. He was surprised that I waited a little longer than usual, but he was just glad that I committed and he's ready to get to work.
Can you recap the last, 365 some odd days from winning a state championship, first one in Devil's Lake in 100 years, then going and playing college basketball? What this last year has been, for how life-changing it's been for you?
I'm just grateful for the experience that I got to witness, like, and be part of. And yeah, just by winning a championship out of high school, it's the goal that I had, and going D1 was another one. And I'm just grateful for all the opportunities that came my way.
It's one thing to have it, Wiley, a goal or dream. It's another thing to make it happen. Tell me about that, that the hours that people don't see of what you've been able to do to now make this a reality.
Yeah, not a lot of people saw my like me in the gym after just grinding after grinding after grinding from high school. I was in the gym so much, man. But I was once I definitely got to the collegiate level, I think I would there was another edge on my head. Like I had to be in the gym a lot more, and because a lot of guys are better than I am right now, and I need to get to that level and just keep pushing.
What do you see as your biggest attribute in transferring now to Division One? Where do you think, okay, I can really be a factor here on the court? Where do you see as yourself fitting in?
Probably my versatility. Obviously I can score the ball, but I can also play make too. Definitely on the defensive end, I could probably switch any position almost, probably 1 through 4. Um, but yeah, I still got a lot of things that I need to work on and that I'll get better at.
Okay, I gotta now rip the Band-Aid off. You were in Bismarck. Did you go to the championship game a couple weeks ago, the Devils Lake Kindred rematch? Did you? Where were you for that?
Yeah, I was in the DL crowd for sure. Um, hey, kudos to Kindred though. They came back and they fought adversity.
You know all those guys. Tell me how tough that was. A, to be in the stands, and then B, to talk to them afterwards.
Yeah, I felt bad for all my boys, especially the seniors. I spent a lot of hours with them and hung out with them so much throughout my high school career. Just felt bad that that's the way that it went, but there's more. There's more to life.
To
That's
have
what I
a
told.
yeah, to have a game like that, you're sitting there. How helpless is it? You were on the floor last. You could impact it. And how helpless was it for you to be just sitting there watching this happen?
Yeah, I was just clenching my fist the whole time. Like, yeah, I wanted to help my boys, but I just couldn't. All I could do was just watch.
Just that unbelievable game. What's ahead now? Give us the lowdown for the next couple months before school starts, and what's the plan?
Definitely just gotta finish school at Mary, and I got a couple weeks left, and stay in the gym, stay active, weight room, most definitely, and get conditioned before June.
It's great to catch up with you, bud. Thanks so much for the time. Congratulations. I look forward to seeing you play in the Summit League next year. Okay.
Thank you.
Wylee Delorme from Devils Lake, North Dakota. Announced yesterday he's going to transfer from UMary to the University of North Dakota to play for Paul Sather's team next season. Busy day for UND Hoops yesterday with adding a couple other high school recruits as well. So he's got plenty to do. UND had, I think, 7 total guys going in the portal. Obviously, North Dakota State's in that same boat. The Bison have added 1 high school player so far to go on with the 1 high school player that they have signed. But I'd imagine now, as we've turned the calendar to April, that things are going to ramp up on everybody's plate here for the next little bit. And you can bemoan it all you want. Teams have to fill. To me personally, I'll say this as just personally for doing this show or working in the news. I'll say it's like free agency every year. Like, okay, this time used to be dead. You look outside right now, we know there's no spring sports going to happen for another 2 weeks now with this, right? So you'd come to work like, holy Christmas, what are we going to do today? We got no. To me, this is great. We got stuff going on. There's no shortage of things to talk about. And you know what? After making it 5 months, we had no sports 5 years ago, right about now. I remember coming in like, oh, boy, I got a 2-hour show. What in the world are we going to talk about today? This is awesome. So, yeah, it may not be great, but, boy, it sure makes for fun times here, certainly the office and doing this show. We appreciate Wylee giving us a few minutes here today. We'll break. We come back. We'll wrap things up. Get you ready. We got a busy Sports Tuesday on tap. That snow can stop anytime now. Hot Mike will wrap right after this.